Hello and welcome to the Jester's Court with me, Mike, and as always, the great momthulu,
What's up, bitches?
who was confused that I'd already started and why I had her muted so she couldn't talk through the music that I'm very disappointed in. Um,
Really? You're disappointed? That disappointed in it?
I am. Have you heard it yet?
No, I keep asking you to like send it to me so I could listen, but
Or, you could just listen to an episode of the show.
oh yeah, I guess I could do that. I guess I could do that. But no, if you get with somebody and they don't provide the product that you like, you just tell them I wasn't a fan of that and see if they can do it again.
Yeah, that's what I should have done. Because the more I listen to it, the less I like it. That's what I should have
Oh
done
Lord.
is sit on it for a day before I accepted it.
Have mercy.
So, guys, as you may have noticed, this was not recorded live. And why, you ask? Because it was Pensacon this week, that's why. How was your con, momthulu?
Oh my God, I had a blast. I had a blast. I met some really cool people during the con. I made some connections for, my own podcast and your podcast and learned some really freaking cool things about superheroes and um I just had a blast. And I mean, I didn't even get to see the con as a um like a it, somebody who enjoys a con. I didn't get to see it as a fan. I worked it the whole time, so but I still had like a hell of a good time. How about you?
I too, a blast is actually exactly what I had written. Like, that is exactly what it was. But it was a long weekend. I too worked 95% of the time.
Yeah, you did.
And the reason this episode got postponed is because I was Pensa tired.
Pensa tired?
Yes, Pensa tired
Did you
from
just go ha
Pensacon.
ha ha
I
ha
did.
ha ha?
As any good dad joke requires you to laugh at it yourself.
Yeah, that wasn't funny. But anyway,
But yeah, I had a lot of fun. I got to meet some cool people because I did take an hour and go over to the celeb panel. So I got to meet Giancarlos Esposito, who I can never
you
pronounce
mean
correctly.
Giancarlos Esposito?
Yeah, that one. I freely admit I can never pronounce it correctly, but Moff Gideon, so that was cool. 𝐥𝐤𝐬𝐿, um, Robert Paulson, who does all kinds of cool voices, including a couple from Animaniacs, 𝐥𝐤𝐤 and Pinky.
Mm-hmm.
And as we discovered, me and you have already discussed, he did Snowball's voice from Rick and Morty.
Where are my testicles, Summer?
Exactly. And then I got to meet Vernon Wells, who wasn't even on my list. He was kind of an add-on, but he's been in Mad Max. I know him from Inner Space. A really cool Australian dude.
Cool.
All in all, it was a pretty great con. And it ended with me and momthulu getting some butter beers at the Fish House, which is an old tradition. Not tradition. It's something we did the last time we were there together, and I think we should continue to do so.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure that waitress thought we were absolutely insane. We sat down and ordered this like this crazy amount of food. I swear to God, the minute she set those salads in front of us, we inhaled them.
And to be fair, as we said, we worked the whole time, so we're coming over there. I'll have it eat. All I had to eat all that day was crackers
Yeah.
and some.
And a bagel.
Yeah, I had some, like, continental breakfast style at the in the green room at the Civic Center.
Right.
But so yeah, which, by the way, the Fish House is not where you want to go when you're super hungry, because our bill was over $100.
It was, but we were so hungry that we got an appetizer with a side of fries. We both got a big entree, and then we got salads to boot, plus the butter beers. So, like, I mean, this poor waitress thought that she had just like sat some freaking Hoover vacuums, because the minute that food hit the table in front of us, we literally inhaled it.
And then, like a good married couple, we both thought the other one was paying, so we were both nice and offered the other one to pay for half. And like, wait, no, I'll help you pay for half, but this was your bag. Like, no, it was your, like, seriously. Mom
You,
Dulu goes, do you need me to help you pay for half? But I was like, I was gonna offer to pay for half because this was your idea.
it was not my idea though. Like before I even signed up to volunteer, you said, "Are we going to do like we did the last time where we meet somewhere?" And I said, "Yeah." where do you
That
want to eat?
conversation happened, but I'm pretty sure it was you who
No,
initiated.
and I said, because the last year that you did it, we went to Cactus Cantina, and I said, where do you want to go? And you were like, I don't know. I was thinking of the fish house like we did the last time that we went together. And I was like, I would love that. So you you asked, and I was like, I thought it was your plan. And then I was like, it's kind of expensive. Do you need me to help you pay? And you're like, wait a minute.
Either
you're
way,
not
it's
paying?
it's irrelevant because we both were offering the other person half. Like, do you need me to chip in? Because we spent a lot.
Yeah, it was
And we
good
didn't even
though.
get expensive dinners.
No, like at one point you were looking at the crab cakes, and I said, what do you get? And you were like, I'm either gonna get the shrimp or the Gulf platter or the crab cakes. And I looked at the price of the crab cakes, and I was like, oh, maybe you should go with the shrimp.
The shrimp was $10 cheaper.
The crab cakes were $49.
Which, it wouldn't have been too bad, except that, again, we got like 2 appetizers, salads. I drank 2 alcoholic butterbeers. She had 1 regular butterbeer.
Oh my God. It was so good though. And it was one of those things that we were so hungry that, it introduced something to us that we didn't normally eat, like the pickled beets that came on that salad. And we were so hungry, we just ate it. Get out of here.
Those
cat.
were good. I'm not a fan of their chicken wings. Not that, a fish restaurant needs to have good chicken wings, but they were okay.
Right.
They were okay, but they weren't great.
It was just something to get fast, but they ended up bringing it out, and then us like eating like 2 of them, and then here came the actual food.
Yeah, the guy even apologized. He's like, are you okay with me bringing this?
We're like, yeah, please put it in front of us right now, because we were like starving, man.
But all in all, it was it was just a great weekend.
It was very good.
I was very happy that I got you involved finally.
Oh, sorry, I was yawning. Hey, there was that one year that I was going to try, but then there was those shenanigans. So I mean, I am happy to do it, but I want to be an AV next time, because that was the most fun I think I've ever had, is just doing that.
Well, once you're on a team, you pretty much stay there unless someone, unless you have to be moved. So you are fairly well stuck on AV Club now.
Very cool.
Before we get started in our main event tonight, I do want to do a shout out for our awesome patrons. We have Mr. Derek Diamond, 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐿, Firebrand, and some crazy person called momthulu.
I have no idea who that lady is.
I don't know. I think she's.
Do you want me to kick her ass?
I think she's a stalker.
Yeah, probably. She seems like she's nuts.
You guys help us keep the lights on, and we appreciate it more than you can know. If you too want to be an awesome patron, just go to patron.com/𝐽estersCourt. Tiers start as low as $3 a month, and you get all kinds of cool stuff like early ad-free access to episodes, exclusive content, including monthly commentary tracks, which we're going to do here next month. We're going to have to get on the schedule for Ghostbusters 2016 so that the following month we can get the episode back on the calendar.
Okay.
So that's what the March commentary track is going to be. And of course, you get access to Saturday morning cartoons, where we watch cartoons from the late 80s and early 90s, complete with authentic commercials that I download myself.
I'm excited for those.
And then now tonight for the main event, we are talking about Vegas Vacation. There's no real opening credit theme for me to play for music.
You want me to sing it for you? I'll do it.
Well, I was going to say, unless you want to do the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
But
Holiday Road. No, like,
that wasn't even the one.
I know.
But that's right. We're doing the massively underappreciated Vegas Vacation. And it's we keep doing episodes with first, and this is a first because it is by far the worst rated film that we have done to date.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's the worst rated film I've seen on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah. And I mean, I think even Sharknado got a better rating than it.
13% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh my dear God. Wow. That's really low.
The movies we were talking about on 𝐬𝐴𝐺𝐸, which were bad horror movies, have better ratings on Rotten Tomatoes than this movie does.
Right. Look, I just looked it up just for shits and giggles. Sharknado has a 74% tomato meter.
Wow.
Right?
I saw Tara Reid at a panel. Even she said it was stupid. She does not understand how it got popular.
Really? Tara Reid said that?
Oh my god. Pause on the show for a second while we discuss this, because it's worth mentioning. I have actually a little bit more respect for her. Not a lot, because of reasons I won't get into on the podcast. But I have a little bit more respect for her because when Sharknado came up in her panel, she flat out said the first thing she did was turn it down and said, "This is stupid. There's no way I'm going to do this. I will never work again if I do this movie." And then begrudgingly, she accepted it because it was a sci-fi movie, and she said no one's going to see it anyway.
And it has a huge following, Sharknado.
It ended up with a huge cult following. They've done like 7 sequels.
Yeah.
She did also confirm that there will be no more.
Oh, are you? Well, I mean, okay.
There will be no more. At least not with Tara Reid in it.
She says that now, but
every once in a while you got to refill the bank account. So
also, your booze. I'm just not a fan. I'm not.
Yeah,
a fan of Tara
I know,
Reid.
and I was purposely not going to go down that road.
I'm sorry.
So anyway,
I'm sorry, audience.
Anyway, about Vegas Vacation. A couple things about this one. It is the only vacation movie not to include National Lampoons in the title, and the only one not written by. I'm sorry.
He who shall
in my
not
notes,
be named.
I could not remember John Hughes' name, and I forgot to forget it to rewrite it in. So
that director, my brain forgets right now.
Yeah, that is what is in my notes. Director, my brain forgets right now. John Hughes. So it's the first one not written by John Hughes. It's the first one not to include National Lampoons in the title, which is I think is what a lot of people blame for its poor performance. It brought in $36 million box office off a $25 million budget, which means when you consider marketing, it probably lost a little money.
Yeah,
but not an utter flop financially. It did, on the surface, make more money than it cost. I'm sure Warner Brothers was looking for more of a return from a Chevy Chase property than what they got.
Probably.
I mean, let's face it, Chevy Chase at the time was gold.
At the time, that is the key there. At the time,
he's still talented, but it's not.
He's still talented, but he's a giant.
He's not doing 4 or 5 movies a year,
I come to find out that he's a giant douche too, and that just makes me sad because he seems like a fun guy.
I wonder. And next time we have our comedian friends on, Jay and Jacob, we're gonna have to ask him: does funny always come with asshole? Because so many great funny people, it turns out, are dicks.
That's very true.
But this film follows the Griswold family on their latest vacation. Clark has finally gotten that bonus he's been waiting on throughout the entire franchise.
No, well, I mean, he gets his bonus on every single one. It's just because, remember in the first one,
it's coming back, but he doesn't actually get it in the Christmas movie.
No, he does. Remember, because he kidnapped
the boss says he's gonna get it, or I'm bringing them back. Okay. But you don't actually see that happen. It's just something in the dialogue.
Very true. Very true.
That might be next year for all we knew. This time he actually has money in hand. So Clark, after finally getting this bonus, he decides he's going to take the family to Las Vegas. He's going to get remarried to his wife, renew their vows, and shenanigans ensue, including, of course, cousin Eddie and Clark gambling away Actually, we rewatched the movie. I have 22 down, $26,000.
$26,000.
Because of course he did. It's Clark.
It's Clark. So,
excuse me,
you okay?
I'm good. So what are the complaints here? That's the thing. It's not a lot of specific complaints. Critics in general characterize it as tepid or flat. In general, just not funny. But is that fair? What do you think, momthulu?
It's not fair. Listen, I think this movie is goddamn hilarious and it's genius. So I will defend it to the teeth. Just the slappy comedy just gets me. It gets me every single time. From Clark with the Siegfried and Roy thing where he, they turned him into a tiger, and Beverly D'Angelo or Ellen is sitting there going where are you, Clark? The whole freaking show, she's like, where is he? And then at the end, whenever Siegfried and Roy are ending their scene, there he is on all fours with all the rest of the tigers, and you're just sitting here going, what the hell? But listen, it's an ingenious movie. I didn't realize it had so many adult jokes in it, but because,
Pearl necklace.
right. Oh my God, like that happened. And I was like, are you kidding me? But I love this movie. It is one of my favorite National Lampoon movies. So that it has such a low score and such a low opinion really makes me sad.
Yeah, it's true. And I'm gonna just say it's not a great film. I do think the loss of John Hughes' writing took a lot of the soul out of the film. Um, it, you lose the homey feel. Clark gets a little well, and that might not be John Hughes. There's a big thing with comedies. Just each one's a little less funny than the next. Each one's a little worse than the next. It's hard
That's
to do
true.
comedy sequels.
Right.
But for sure, some of the hearts out of the film because John Hughes didn't write it, and John Hughes is an amazing, amazing person.
Yes, he is. He's an amazing director. He's an amazing. Oh man, all of his movies from the '80s are just chef's kiss.
So and I think that's where a lot of the guff comes from. People trying to compare them to the previous vacation films.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but is it fun to watch? Is the question.
It is.
And yeah, I absolutely. I love Chevy Chase. Ethan Embry. How cool is Ethan Embry?
He is a cool guy.
I'm sorry. And I met him. I didn't get any pictures or anything with him, but I met him this weekend at Pensacon.
You did?
I did.
That's cool.
He is so funny. I mean, going all the way back to Dutch. Do you remember Dutch?
Oh my God, I love Dutch.
He was the kid in Dutch.
You're kidding. That's Ethan Embry?
That's Ethan Embry. And if you've never seen Empire Records, you guys should all go out right now and see it.
My favorite line from Dutch is "Nut and burp's better than bacon."
What's his name? Al Bundy is a treasure.
Yeah, he's a treasure.
What is his name?
Oh my God, now that you've asked me, it's completely slipped my mind.
I just keep thinking Al Bundy.
Yeah, I know. He's forever going to be Al Bundy. I would look it up for you, but right now Bulldozer is in my arms, and if I move her, she's just gonna piss me off. So
and how cool was the subplot going back to the movie with
Ellen
Mom
and
Griswold and Wayne Newton?
Ellen and Wayne Newton, yes. Beverly D'Angelo, by the way, was hot as hell in the 90s.
And at that point, she was fairly old too.
Yeah, she was in her 50s.
She's the same age as Chevy Chase, and Chevy Chase is already looking like his old man Chevy Chase.
Right? And Beverly D'Angelo is just, she's hot. I think she's still hot, probably.
But how great was that subplot, where Wayne Newton is just randomly enticed with Ellen?
My favorite part about that is the lock of hair. Because, Ellen, it looked like Ellen was expecting jewelry. She was expecting jewelry.
Yeah. She was not thrilled with that. He gives her a lock
No,
of his hair.
he was like,
it's time to go.
Right. He was like, it's a lock of my hair. You could just see the disappointment on her face. Like, who the fuck is this guy?
And of course, we can't talk about this movie without talking about Wallace Shaw.
Yes. Wallace Shaw. Love that guy.
Inconceivable.
Like that part where it was like Clark's last time at that table, and he was like, why don't you go ahead and give me half the money that you were going to bet, and I'll take you outside and kick you really hard in the nuts. And you're just like, you might save some money, Clark, just do it.
He's great. I love him. And I cannot think of a single thing he's been in that I do not like.
You know what? You're right. Because I think the same. Like, he just really is. He's a great actor. He's very funny.
But there were some ridiculous points in the film. Clark, as I said, got dumber.
Yeah.
He was always getting in stupid situations in all the previous ones.
Right.
But typically not because of his own stupidity. Do you remember at the dam when he decides he's going to climb up the tower? I don't even know why. It doesn't tell you why.
But yeah, because he's at the bottom and he looks up and he's like, it's not that high. What are you talking about? Isn't that like a 7? It's really high. It's a really big dam. It's the largest. Isn't it the largest dam in the world?
Don't know. Sounds accurate.
It's fucking huge.
Yeah, well, yes, it's definitely huge. I mean, just play Las Vegas. Play I guess lost my train of thought. Fallout New Vegas. It's the end.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm playing Fallout right now. It's in my brain.
What are you doing, Bulldozer?
Well, I'm talking on a podcast. What are you doing?
I'm talking to Bulldozer because she's in my arms and she just keeps flopping around. People don't know who Bulldozer is. If Bulldozer is actually not her name. She's one of her cats.
Sorry,
okay?
It's the second time I've had to mute the cough.
No worries. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm good. So yeah, that scene was a little ridiculous. I didn't like what they did with the daughter.
Audrey, yeah, where she was like, listen, okay, let's talk about that. Right, let's talk about that for a second. Vicky does not know how to dance through this whole freaking movie.
It is the 90s little hand circle thing she's doing, and if you're on YouTube, you can see me doing it. But oh my god, that was so ridiculous, and I'm like, people did that. People did that.
So stupid.
But you know what I did like with the kids?
What?
Ethan Emery Russ becoming Mr. Papa Giorno.
Papa Giorgio, yeah.
He is luckier than anyone else in the family. He wins 4 cars, tons of money that he blows through, but he won the money to begin with.
Right.
All with a fake ID.
Like when Clark busts in and like pulls him out of the hot tub, and because he's let the cat out of the bag, and so like the hotel guys are like, hey, we're looking for this underage kid named Papa Giorgio. Yeah, he took my wallet. Like.
Yeah, but then he finds him in the hot tub and picks him up by his hair.
Well, I know, but this was after he did that. Like,
I know, but that looked like it hurt.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. Like he grabbed him by the top of his scalp, man.
Poor Clark. He lost
Such a good movie. Such a good movie. I'm glad that you're talking about it and we're defending it because it really is a funny movie. It really is.
And let me ask you this. The guy at the keno table who gives him all his money, do you think he actually died?
No, I don't.
Because he did some fake die outs, and stuff. And
yeah.
But the only thing that makes you think otherwise is the paramedics come and say, oh, he's gone.
Right? They're like, I don't even know that guy's name. The only thing I can akin him to was he was the coach in Grease.
Yeah, he's been, I know the actor. I just can't think of his name.
Can't think of his name.
Think of anything he's been in off the top of my head, but I know.
Other than Grease, he was the coach in Grease.
He always plays that kind of character, though, kind of New Jersey Greekish.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
You'd have to, you can't put your finger on it, but that's the character he plays always.
You know who you've not mentioned to this whole thing? I mean, you mentioned him by his character name, but you have not given Randy Quaid the credit that he is due.
Randy Quaid is such a great.
He's so good, especially as Eddie. I love him in all of the National Lampoon movies because he's just so trashy.
Oh, you got to see him like in full trashness, like in his home. Right. And apparently now they've got, it didn't give you an exact number, but you saw at least 5 kids running around.
There were more than 5,
not counting the daughter.
Right, Vicky and like the big son with all the piercings. My favorite part is, Ellen says, "Well, you could be pregnant," and she starts crying, and she was like, "I've been testing fertility drugs for extra money. Everybody loves a baby, You're just like Randy Quaid is getting it in, like he's got like 30 kids.
Oh, and that gross buffet he takes them to.
Oh my god, right? Is this not chicken?
Yellow and the blue is beef.
Right. He's like, give me some of the yellow.
It's so perfect, Eddie. And I've actually known people like this growing up where, Clark goes to grab a plate and he goes, it's all you can eat. We only need 1 plate.
That bread pudding is extra runny tonight.
Oh my god, I almost gagged. It was
it's so gross
looking stuff. Because the other stuff looked nasty, but you didn't see him eat it. You saw him eat the bread pudding, which looked like it had peas in it.
Yeah, it's so gross.
Yes, Eddie is good. Randy Quaid. I still remember Independence Day. Randy Quaid is so awesome.
I'm back. I love it.
So yeah, ultimately we are in agreement. It's funny, guys.
It's a funny movie.
Is it the same caliber that you got from John Hughes?
No.
No, of course not. It's, John Hughes is John Hughes. But it's fun to watch. It's,
it's a good way to pass the time.
It's what I would call a summer comedy.
Yes.
you don't need to get bogged down with the story and stuff. It moves, but it's something to be funny. So, what are your final thoughts there, Miss momthulu?
I think it's funny, and you should watch the freaking movie. And you should rate it better. You should rate it better than what it is on Rotten Tomatoes.
Stop comparing it to Christmas Vacation and Summer Vacation and European Vacation. Okay, it's not. It's a different.
It's not. It's going to be different.
Honestly,
exactly.
When you take out National Lampoons and you take out John Hughes, go ahead and just consider it an independent film and watch it for that. And it's at least as good as House that me and momthulu talked about on 𝐸𝐚𝐧𝐭, and it has like 3 times the score.
Yep. It's definitely better than Sharknado.
I'm telling you, we may have mentioned this on your podcast or on this show recently, but Sharknado is one of those movies that I watch and I go, I could be a movie writer.
We mentioned it on the 𝐸𝐚��.
Was the 𝐸𝐚𧧗? Yeah. It's one of those movies. It's like that got like someone read that script and went, yeah, let's make this. I could do that.
It's almost as bad as Snakes on a Plane.
Oh my god, Snakes on a Plane was just. I'm telling you, they didn't even pitch the script. Snakes on a Plane was someone went, look, we're gonna get Samuel L. Jackson,
and he's gonna say the title of the movie like Samuel L. Jackson can
on
this motherfucking plane. Yeah, exactly.
That was the movie right there. That was probably the only pitch. They're like, do you have a script? Nah, we'll figure something out.
Yeah, we got this.
Yeah. I never even watched it. I don't know if I'm assuming the bad guy put snakes on there or something.
Just fucking snakes on the plane, and you're sitting here going.
It couldn't be natural though. Someone had to plant them or.
Yeah, I don't know. It's stupid. I forgot what it was about. It's so dumb.
I mean,
anyway,
it's easier just to blow the plane up.
Right. Just for everybody's disclaimer though, we do not condone acts of terrorism or snakes upon planes.
Unless Samuel L. Jackson's there.
Samuel L. Jackson is there.
I will do anything to get Samuel L. Jackson to come show up.
Just either make a shark movie or make a snake movie and he'll be there.
So, guys, that's going to wrap up for us. I know this is 2 short episodes in a row, but again, as we discussed in the beginning, me and momthulu are tired.
Oh, tired, yeah.
We're tired. The schedule got a little wonky because of all this. As we're recording, the Sunday coming up, but actually you won't hear this episode till after this has happened, but there was never going to be an episode this week because me and momthulu are both doing a 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐽 charity marathon.
Yep.
So the original plan was this episode was going to come out last week like it was planned. Instead, it's going to be either an early for this week or a late for last week, however you want to look at it. We're still going to be down 1 episode because we're doing the marathon. So long story short, we're just tired.
Yeah.
And we both have marathon stuff coming up. So this episode will actually be available Monday for patrons. And the following Friday for everyone else. As is usually what happens, we're just pushing it back 1 whole week.
Yep.
Because that's how we roll.
We do it, yeah.
But you know what's coming up after?
What's that?
Does momthulu know?
Does momthulu know? Yes, you're doing something with Extra Life.
No, well, yes, that too. But no, the next episode we have coming up is gonna be Urban Legends.
You're really we're gonna defend Urban Legends? That's a horror movie.
It is a horror movie.
Oh.
I believe we've discussed this.
Yes, we're gonna watch Urban Legends. Again, we're gonna watch Urban Legends. We're gonna talk about it.
So as we close up, momthulu, what do you have coming up?
Well, hopefully tomorrow the second episode of the 𝐸𝐚𝐧𝐭 will drop, which we've already recorded and I just have to edit. So, check us out wherever you get your podcast. Look up the 𝐸𝐚𝐧𝐭. We are a horror podcast. We talk about horror shows and all the ridiculousness in them. This next episode coming up is about the movie House. And you can see me there. You can catch me here on the Jester's Court. Sooner or later, you will catch me on a podcast with a collab with the Longbox guys. And tomorrow between the hours of, 4 4 and 8 p.m. Eastern. You can catch me on Good for Gaming or twitch.tv/goodforgaming for the Able Gamers Marathon, where I'm going to be playing a game. Don't know which game I'm going to play yet, but if you donate $75, I'll shave my head.
Which would be a good promotion, except for, as I mentioned, this episode won't drop until Monday or Friday next week. At which point,
shit.
that would have already happened.
We'll make a donation anyway, because they're taking donations, whatever.
Yeah, and as momthulu mentioned, March 5th is my first Extra Life Marathon. I'll be doing 12 hours that Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Check me out where we usually stream the show, which is twitch.tv/Jester8082. That is all we. Side note to that, we will be giving away, if you come hang out, this, which is a 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐞 Funko Pop signed by, I don't know if the camera's picking up his signature.
It's 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐿.
Signed by 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐿.
𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐿 is a national treasure.
𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐿 is amazing. Listen to his story and stuff. He is just amazing.
Very true.
Before we start, doing a longer episode of 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐿 than we did on the actual property tonight, that's all we have this week. If you like the show, do us a favor, write a review. Or if you watch this on YouTube, give us a like and subscribe. You can also follow the show on Twitter, which is at Jesters Court. At Jesters Court. But instead of a T at the end of court, it's a 2. Because apparently Jester Court already was on Twitter. I already mentioned the Able Gamers.
Yeah.
And I already mentioned that we'll be back March 6th talking about Urban Legends. So, guys.
Urban Legends.
We will see you then, guys, and have a good night.
Be there, be square.